What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. If you guys can hear me in the chat, please let me know by dropping your city there. We can get this crunk. Y'all already know I appreciate every single one of you for rocking with me. We are going to talk about a couple of things. I've been promising you guys an open panel discussion, so I wanted to make sure I got it to you. But let me know what you guys are up to in the chat. Tell me where you are coming from so we can get it started. Okay, I see you. Indianapolis, Knoxville, what is up? I'm going to put your city on the screen here. Come on in, come on in. Columbia, South Carolina, what is up? Hey, Monroe, Georgia. I appreciate you joining me tonight. Texas, what's up, Texas? Hey, Seattle. Miss Uppity is in the house. Pensacola, Florida. Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Ohio. What is up? I have Augusta, Stafford, Virginia. What is up? Hey, everybody, come on in. Look, we got Jamaica in the house. Hey, how are you? Come on in, Baltimore. You guys are really rolling in. I got almost 100 of you in the chat right now. So keep coming. And on your way in, make sure you hit the like button, okay? What's up, Nashville? What's up, Chicago? One of my favorite cities. Y'all already know. I love Chicago. And they have great food there too. I actually miss it. I wish I could go back like tomorrow. I see Chicago again, South Carolina, Germantown, excuse me, Tennessee. What is up? Okay. I keep saying Chicago. Great. My favorite city is in the house. All right, you guys. If you see anyone with a purple ring behind, they are the moderators, and they're here to make sure that every single one of you have a good time to chat. This is an open panel discussion, so I am going to make sure that you guys get up here like right away, okay? Y'all know I've been talking a little bit from the second episode, which I think I scored like at an 8 or 8.5. It was pretty good. And then we know that Kate dropped yesterday on Original Straight No Chasers channel, the audio. Woo, child, I feel like there is a vendetta going on. I don't know about y'all, but it definitely feels tense over there. Somebody ruffled some feathers, and it looks like, as long as those tapes are dropping, things are bound to happen. If y'all know what I mean, okay? Um, oh, girl, she might not do well. We will see. She is keeping a low profile. She probably don't even remember half the shit she said. We're going to talk about that. But y'all keep coming in, and I'm going to get on camera. Let's see. I have 153 of you watching, so go ahead and hit the like button for me. 162 of you. Hit the like button. Keep hitting that like button when you walk in. When you come in that way, those likes match the number of you watching. Okay? All right, y'all, let's get it started. Get my picture up here. What is up? What is going on? Welcome and come on in, you guys. I see a lot of you. Miss Hannah Grace is on here. Hannah actually has a channel. She sent me a message, I think, earlier last week, maybe, letting me know that she has a channel. So, oh, it says my sound is going up and down. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I tried to put a little music in the background to see if you guys can let me know if my sound sounds okay now. Okay. Keep on coming in, hitting the like button as you enter. We got a lot to talk about, you guys. Hopefully you have caught up on my videos. If not, catch up. Catch up on the videos, okay? But we are talking about these three right here. From yesterday, I told y'all I was going to have an open panel discussion, so we're going to catch up on that. Y'all probably have heard already that Martell's baby mama AC, some audio has leaked, basically her saying that she filmed for the show. And then she, it was like a, what do you call it? she cut the tape off right when she said, "Did you sign a release?" So the original Straight No Chaser asked the question, "Did you sign a release?" And she said, "No, I'm supposed to film again." This would have all happened back in February of 2022, according to the little disclaimer that she had right above in front of the video. And then she said that the actual conversation that everyone was listening to was dated August of 2022. So she was giving us a timeline for all of this information this time. So I told you guys yesterday that there was a conversation or a post that AC had made, if you guys remember, back in December when season 6A was filming. Season 6A was filming. Everybody had heard about this emergency meeting that Carlos King flew into Huntsville, sat with the Core Six and said, "Listen, you guys are the bomb.com. This show is rated #1. Why are we here? Let's make some changes here." And whew, child, apparently information got back by you know who, because who else would have told it? Martell went back and shared some information with AC, basically saying that they only wanted the son on the show and not her. And she said, under no circumstances will you ever film my son and not me. And she said something about Carlos King saying that she was too disrespectful to ever film. And some other things, okay? She let all of that fly, okay? In the post, she let all of that fly. And then, you know, very recently when they had the alleged jail meetup, they came, you know, the very next day, they're both on their lives. We had an opportunity to, you know, hear her repeat once again, "Martell, y'all don't pay me on that show. I'm not on that show, so I can say what I want." "Oh, right." And Martell, you know, faking the funk. "Oh, girl, that's right. You ain't never been on that show, have you?" Womp womp. Ciao bye. Okay. It is all way too much. Way too much. So he was sitting there faking the funk, talking about, "Girl, you ain't never been on that show." Turns out he was, you know, a part of this whole filming scam, flim flam. My thing is, anytime you are on the show, I had several people reach out to me yesterday after I had dropped the video saying, "Yeah, I've never." I even had someone who said there was a casting director saying things like, "Yeah, you gotta sign that release now. They ain't gonna do anything without that release." So we have to watch what happens next on original Straight No Chasers channel. It was definitely a cliffhanger for what she needed to say next. But we heard as clear as day, no, didn't sign anything. And then, of course, you know, all the other shit that's come out since then. But yeah, keep hitting that like button, please. 274 of you are watching. So keep hitting the like button. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm about to drop the link literally in a few minutes because I want to get you guys up. I told you this was a panel discussion. It's more for you, okay? Because you've heard a lot of everything that I'm saying already. The other things that I wanted to talk about, let me get these photos up. We saw this the other day. Rasheed and his girlfriend, or what I think it's his ex-fiance. Her name is Simone Redwine. Okay. Rasheed and Simone, you guys, they pulled a little number over the weekend after Melody Sheree was, you know, posing, showing her cap and gown. She has an honorary doctorate, which is a big deal. They don't usually give them away to any old body. You have to, you know, do some things for the community and in business and things like that, that makes you a person that people would want to follow. Like, I want to follow in this person's footsteps. So they give out an honorary degree and then it helps attract people to the school. So it's been going on forever. And a lot of amazing people have received honorary doctorates for, you know, certain, you know, universities and things, right? Well, child, this one right here, Simone decided to go off. And I was like, well, what is going on here? At first, I shouldn't even say at first. I'll say this. I know some PhDs. A lot of PhDs, they get real particular about making sure that you call them doctor and things like that. So I started looking everywhere to see if Simone was a PhD. And when I realized that she wasn't, I was like, you got to be lying. What is this all about? But she got all up in the comments, right? Talking about, I'm going to start calling myself doctor since everyone else is. And I actually studied for 3 years to earn mine. Oh, she said she is Dr. Redwine. Okay. So I was looking for her doctorate. I did not see it anywhere. I was looking for it. So I don't know if she's trying to be funny here or if she actually has one, because the story changed, right? The story changed. And I know you guys probably know a little more than me on this. So I will definitely talk to you guys more about it. She said, did Simone go off on Oprah? Because she has several honorary. That's right. Listen, a lot of people have honorary doctorates and they should be acknowledged. Period. They should be acknowledged when you do great things in the community, when you are doing amazing things in business, and you are giving back. You typically will receive an honorary doctorate. There's going to be a school or some place that's going to want to say, listen, this is someone we would love to be recognized at our university, because we want the young ones, okay, who come in to understand this is success. This is what this looks like. Hold on. She has a Juris Doctorate as a lawyer. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you correcting that for me. She is a Juris Doctorate, which means she has a PhD, and that your son just completed his in May. Hannah, congratulations to your son, and congratulations to you for getting him there, okay? Because we don't give the mamas and the papas, the people that get them kiddos all the way to the finish line, enough credit. So congratulations, okay? So I appreciate you guys for sharing that. Well, then she had that attitude, right? And a lot of people came for her. A lot of people gave her the business once she did it. And Miss Melody Sheree started it off. She said, first of all, Miss, because she started saying, I don't know if this woman's name is Simon or Simone. Child, talk about almost passing out when I heard her say that. She said, I don't even know you, but the fact that you have decided to come over here and throw shade versus congratulate speaks volumes. I don't know if it's because your fiance slash boyfriend, whatever he is to you at the moment, is in my DMs, but it's giving not cute. Then she said, sounds like you're intimidated, okay? Integrity less than that of any doctor. Now move around, fellow owned colleague. And then she added on TV to let them know, y'all better get a hold of this lady. I don't know what this shit is about, but not today, okay? That was amazing. And then she went on to say, y'all know Melody loves to give a tuh. So she starts off with tuh first, giving honor to God. No, but for real, giving honor to God, because without him, none of what I'm doing would be possible. These demons been equaling blessings for a while now. And God said we ain't stopping. So remember, enjoy your life, facts. Be kind to others, but also stand up for yourself. Focus on your divine purpose and watch God give it to you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Okay, then she hashtagged all of her shows. Love and Marriage Huntsville. And if you mad, girl, Dr. Melody Sheree Rogers, stay mad. Mompreneur, 7th Avenue, and hashtag new levels. Uh, mm, mm, mm. Anywho, I have been getting my life these last couple of days. Y'all can let me know what y'all think about that as well in those comments. Let me see if I have anything else for y'all. Oh, hold on. Looks like someone wants to share a comment. Thank you, Eatwell23, for the blessing to the channel. She said that Melody shared an accomplishment bestowed on her. Facts. She did not ask people to call her Dr. Simone, embarrassed herself unnecessarily. For sure. And I have to say to y'all, I'm going to ask you, I appreciate you, Miss Eatwell23. I have to say this to you guys because I saw this happen right after. Do y'all think that Simone was trying to generate some, I guess, publicity for her man with this homecoming sexiest party on turf? We know that this is coming up, I guess, Friday of this week. They've been yip yap chit chatting about it. I feel like maybe that was a publicity stunt, because why did we ever need to hear from Simone on that BS? y'all can let me know when y'all come up, okay? After it was all said and done, and then I saw Rasheed jump on Marceau's channel. I was like, what is this? This is giving publicity stunt. This is giving, you wanted to draw some, some attention his way. Because the last we heard of her publicly anyway was on the channel where she was crying and he was crying. Water out the eyes and the nose. There was all kinds of things going on. I don't know if they are back together. I can say that she ended her conversation with, she still loves him. They're trying to figure things out. And don't attack him or beat him up. So she was saying things like that. And that was just a couple of months ago. So, you don't fall out of love with people that quick, but she has this thing coming up, or he has this thing coming up. And for her to have windmilled, okay, she had to bring her body, herself, over to a platform that had nothing to do with her, nothing to do with her. And with everything that happened with her just a couple of months ago, sometimes you just need to pull back. Weren't you, Miss Doctor? Weren't you, asking people for grace and sympathy? And we're not together, but I'm still in love. Like, there's a whole lot of horrible things that could have been said by other people, and nobody did that. So when shit like this happens, I'm always looking for the other side of things, because. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And as y'all have pointed out, she has a Juris Doctorate as a lawyer, right? So she's not stupid. There's something else. There was something else in that. Now, Melody did show a post, which I did not put up here, but she showed a post of Rasheed in the comments, talk about congratulations and just being extra friendly, and that's when he was. I guess in a relationship with Simone, but he was definitely extra friendly, just putting it on like, I'm sure you do, good for you. Just, how men are sometimes. You can tell when it's a little too much. And Melody should have left his ass on read, but she was probably trying to be polite because he was a fellow own person. DYANAROZAY, I totally agree with your comment. Thank you. I appreciate that. Keep hitting the likes, you guys. They are letting me know that these likes aren't matching the number of people in the chat. The likes are free. So go ahead and just hit that for me, okay? But it was interesting that it had to go there. Deb said, honestly, I think that Simone is just another woman who is struggling in her life and wants to be relevant because she feels entitled. Well, that's the wrong way to do it. It just was the wrong way to do it. Again, I've heard Simone talk about lifting Black women and all these other things. It was so out of pocket and out of place. It just didn't feel right. But I also know that they all seem to be gang with the Scotts. So if that's the case, I would not be surprised, and maybe I'm just putting some extra stank on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're not getting enough people to buy tickets and they said, listen, we need to call in a favor. Okay, we need to call in a favor, going ahead and draw some attention to this turf and surf, or whatever the hell it's called, for Friday, okay? That way it'll get people talking about it. If people aren't talking about it, I'd bring it up like I just did in sharing it, okay? Who said that? Let's see. Who said that? Said, we wasn't playing about attorney Dr. Miserable. Who, child? She said, Miserable Salmon. Y'all with the names. If it isn't Simon slash, I don't know if it's such, I'm sorry. The way Melody, without even giggling, said, you guys, I'm not joking. I really don't know if it's Simon or Simone. I damn near fell on the floor. But anyway, Miserable Salmon needs to go with her low budget self, and Rasheed Floyd, that's not checking for her at all. Okay. Rasheed was getting tore up in them comments when he was on Marceau's live, child, and people ain't gonna forget you. You tried to strip yourself of all of your worldly possessions. Talk about, well, these aren't real diamonds. Oh, this isn't a real Rolex. All of that stuff. It came across the wrong way. The wrong way. Okay. Keep hitting the like button. Thank you, Linda Gamble, for reminding the folks. Yeah, so it was a lot. Anywho, if y'all want to talk about that, you can. And then if you want to talk about anything that happened on episode 17, that would be the second episode for season 16B. It was called So Ladylike. I told y'all it was a double entendre, right? Basically calling out Marceau's manhood, which it seems like it might be a common theme throughout the season. First episode for this season, it was Courtney who said, "Stay out the women's business, and I'm tired of you acting like a bitch." But we've heard a lot of people say that before, but that was first episode. Second episode, we got Stormy just straight up saying the same thing. "I don't deal with dudes that act like bitches." Okay. That was crazy. And we'll probably have some more because this coming Saturday, we saw Melody with that red bottom shoe prominently displayed. And I was like, she went there to whoop Marcel's ass and turn that into a red bottom. But she literally was about to let him have it. I am looking forward to Saturday night. I hope you guys are too. And now I'm going to bring it up just so we can get this party started. Okay. So hold on one second while I grab this link and drop it into the chat so that all of you who are interested in coming up can do so. Hold on one second. And then we will get this party started, you guys. We'll get it started, but keep talking. Y'all look like y'all have a lot to say. Right now, I have 490 of you watching. Also, keep hitting the like button, okay? Keep hitting the like button, please, and thank you. All right, so this is for the panel. So join the discussion. Okay, guys. And if there's anything else you would like to talk about, like Miss Shirley Strawberry, we found out that she is a sister wife, okay? We found out, I forgot to bring that up, you guys, but we found out that Shirley Strawberry is a sister wife. I don't believe that she knew she was a sister wife or that she had any intention of being a sister wife. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, that horrible ass, very much sociopathic tendency, um, Ernesto, or whatever he goes by, he has several names. Turns out he's had four wives altogether. His first wife, Edith, he has been married to for 38 years. Edith exposed herself the other day, and it was discussed on Chronicle Speaks channel. I want to make sure that I have her name right. Chronicle Speaks channel. And you guys, it turns out she also let people know that if you um, are aware that you are in a polygamous marriage in the United States, it is punishable. Like her coming out and sharing that information on YouTube, meaning that you watch this man get married 3 additional times and never said a thing, she could be in trouble legally. It actually has a prison sentence. I'm hoping that everybody comes out okay. I do believe that a lot of these women were victims of his, okay? Um, let's see. In my opinion, somebody's being told somebody has bipolar. I don't know who, but y'all can put a name on that, or you can come up. What is up, Miss Cinnamon Swirl? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate you coming up.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, what do you want to talk about today? We got, I think, 4 topics on the table. We got the Love and Marriage Huntsville show, last episode 17. We have Shirley Strawberry up. We have whatever is going on over there with that audio that dropped between Ariane and Original Straight No Chaser, and then we have Melody Sheree. People keep attaching themselves to that woman's name, I guess looking for some sort of publicity, but we will see how these things play out for everybody. But go ahead, you can talk about any or all of these subjects.
That it's a lot. It's a lot we can talk about. A lot
It's a
going on.
lot.
That's for sure.
It's a lot for sure.
Um, let's start with the bird chirping.
Yes.
Okay. So it's such old news. We've heard it all before. Same thing she's said in Tasha K's interview. So we know the Scots cheat. Scott point one, Scott point two. We know that Tisha knows. We know that. I guess I don't know if Kimmy knows, but we know that Tisha knows. So it's old news. And to be honest with you, I really don't need to hear any more from her. But she did say that she would not accept Martell back unless he proposed to her on TV or on YouTube or in the public, and he has not done that. So you know what? I just want to say to her, shut up and go away. We don't care anything about what the two of you have going on because the two of you are losers and we could care less. Take your broke behind somewhere and shut up, to be honest with you. I'm sick of her and Martell. So if I never hear another story about her for the rest of my life, I'm happy. I don't need to hear any more about what she has to say because it is old news and she will continue to be his 304. He will never marry her. He will never make an honest woman out of her. She's been a fool for 10 years and she will continue to be a fool for that man.
Child,
So,
you
that's how I feel about her.
I'm
Then
telling
let's
okay. Listen, I hear what you say. I wake up every day. I'm like, I would
Go sit
hate
down.
to be in that place in your mind. I don't know if you're digmatized or if you're just tricked. I just don't get it. But it's a lot and it's unfortunate. But yeah, I
at this
understand.
point at this point there is no excuse. This man has made a fool out of her over and over and over again. And at this point in your life, I know she's 33, that's not that young, too old for her to be acting the way that she does.
Mm.
I need her to get some self-esteem and move the hell on and stop letting this man mistreat her. But you know what? It might be her karma in life for what she's done.
Listen, she's ate away a lot of her life, a lot of her young life, and she won't recognize it most likely until she's on the other side and she's watched all those years be washed away. But it's just some crazy shit. I know that it's crazy. It's crazy. I'll just say that. But
It's
somebody said my
crazy.
Ernesto voice. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
And so
Okay.
I want to make a quick remark about Simone. Simon says,
Simon.
uh,
Yes.
yeah,
Simon.
Simone. Simon says, I want to make a. So I have a really good friend whose husband is an attorney, so he's a JD, and I had to have her ask him a question. And so this man is also a judge and a law school professor. They do not refer to themselves as doctor.
Oh,
Juris Doctorate is not the same. So I
it's
was thinking
the
that
same.
maybe Simone had a PhD, but it appears that she
I
does
looked so
not. So does she
I
have a PhD?
She does not. I literally
Right.
looked it up.
Okay.
Oh, is it
Exactly.
the anger? It's not.
Right. And so, and then I have another good friend that I grew up with that is also a JD. He is
Mhm.
an attorney at the Department of Justice in Washington, D.C. They do not refer to themselves as doctor. So Simone is crazy as hell. She needs to go sit down with this crap. She's jealous and envious of Mel because her man was in Mel's inbox, and then Mel, her tilted crown, turned down
Her
her ideal, her project, because there was no budget because she didn't have the money. So she's in her
I
feelings.
don't do casting, and she said I didn't even know anything about it because her and Don Michelle, her manager, are partners in that business. So it may
Right,
have gone
right,
to another. She didn't get
right.
the memo. But yeah,
Exactly.
it's a lot, though, right? It's a lot to bring
It's a
up.
lot. It is
Okay.
a lot. And I do know of her affiliation with the Scots. I don't think they're really that smart to think about this. I really believe that Simon Says was all up in her feelings and misspoke and made a big deal out of nothing. And now she's getting her life put together by the millimeters. And I say, everybody get her because she deserves it. Get her because
Oh.
she came back several times. She said, play with your kids. Okay, we gonna play with you.
Jesus.
Then and
That
she also had to bring up the bankruptcy. Oh, so now you really trying to be a low down, dirty dog? They
so
need
let
to
me
rip her a
ask.
new a-hole.
Oh, okay. Listen, I saw that part too. I know I saw something about her kids and I went, are we talking kids now? Where did
Yeah.
this come from? Shall by. Oh my
So
goodness.
But it fell
this
flat
she's
though. It
really in
fell
her
flat.
feelings. It's
It did
she is
fall
really in her feelings. Yeah.
flat.
She is
Okay.
really in her feelings. So you know what? You're going to be eaten alive, and you deserve it because there was no need to go and make a nasty remark. There was no need for that. If you didn't have anything good to say, keep your mouth shut. You too old for this.
Mm.
Too old. And she's supposed to be a professional woman. Professional women don't act like this.
Does she have her own practice?
I don't think she does. I think she may work for a law firm, but she needs to get her life together. She really does. And
Yeah.
she has a lot to say about other women, but she needs to check herself. She really does.
Okay,
And
child.
I remember her on Ready to Love, and all she did was try to come after women. She tried to come after women. So this is
What?
her MO.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at that season. For whatever reason, I feel like she got kicked off the. She got kicked off, or did she
She
stay the whole?
did.
Hmm.
Okay,
No,
Yeah,
no,
she got
no.
she did.
She got voted off, and
she got
she
voted off.
actually approached Rasheed and asked him out for a
After.
date. He was infatuated with another woman,
So
and it
let
was not her.
Okay, I do remember this a little bit because I thought, and I ain't even trying to be funny, I thought when her and Rashid got together after, I thought that was just a publicity stunt, to be honest. I thought it was
Mhm.
something to keep them in the public eye or a part of that show. Personally, that's what I felt. I didn't think they were a real couple. And I stopped paying attention to them until after she came out and said that they parted ways for a minute. They were taking a break. And somebody said this wasn't even their first break. This is like the second or third break. Like they keep coming out and
Mm.
letting people know all of their business. Y'all, they got some problems. I'll just say that.
And she definitely has some problems, and she needs to go sit down and get her life together and
Journey
try again.
Journeyology to Root said Black China has an honorary degree, Dr. G. Like, first off, shout out to Black China because that little girl, she looks amazing. She looks amazing. She is taking care of herself. She's off of all the stuff. She's taking out all the stuff in her body. She's looking good. So shout out to her just because I like to see people who might have been living fast and hard figure things
Hmm.
out. So good for her. Okay.
Yes, good for her. Yes, she's inspiration to a lot of younger women.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay, sorry I interrupted. Is there another subject you want to discuss?
Just real quick,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday's episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can we get can we all get together and vote the Scots off the show? It uh, Teacher and Marcel, that was some of the worst acting I have ever seen in my life. The
Really?
storyline, yes, it made no sense. You can tell they were trying to act. It wasn't real. We're not seeing their real life. They're trying to put together stunts, and it's falling flat. And they look ridiculous. And it's time for them to go. If you're going to get on TV and go to a scripted show, but first of all, they're not really actors, but they
I
think that they can act.
They can definitely do Tubi or Prime Video. They can do Prime now. They'll film them. They'll do movies with like a iPhone and put it up there. So yeah,
Yeah.
they are giving Prime or Tubi quality movies for me at this
I
point.
love Prime. I wouldn't even say Prime, and I kind of like Tubi also. I, I
Miss
don't.
Girl said, no, just
I,
get them off.
girl, they are so bad. They don't need to be on nobody's TV screen. They are bad,
Oh,
bad. The storyline made no sense. It
mhm.
made no sense at all. It just
No, I
makes and
get it.
I can't stand one more scene. Them talking about Kimmy and her box. I can't take one more scene, one more episode of Maurice and Kimmy with the same old stuff. I don't want to hear any more about it. I'm done with it. I'm glad you are healed. You are in remission, and I want you to move on with something else that's going on in your life other than this same old. Oh my God, I just need them off the show. I need them off the show. At this point, they're starting to make me like Stormy and her husband
Oh Lord.
because the Scots are. That's how bad it is. The Scots are so bad. I'm starting to have an appreciation for Stormy and her husband because of that. So yeah,
Oh,
they need to go. They
okay.
really need to go.
She is tired, tired. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens between Tisha and Miss Thing, or excuse me, Kiki and Miss Thing, Tisha. So I'm interested in seeing how that plays out.
I
But
do want to see that one scene, and I cannot wait for Saturday when Mel tells Marceau off. I'm waiting for it. I cannot wait.
I'm looking
I
forward to
cannot wait.
and the reason why I'm looking forward to it is because the way Melody is popping and the way Marceau just stops talking, he goes, Mel, Mel. And then when he clutches his hands, I'm always like, ooh, that's when you know you got him. That's when you
Right.
know you got him. He stopped talking like, I don't know if I'm in a real scene or what. No, because you fake a lot of it. And she was
You
letting your ass
fake so
know.
much. And for
Exactly.
him to sit there and him and Tisha to act like Mel has no business experience, I'm like, for real?
Yeah.
He gave you a shot. Like she said, I put several checks in your pocketbook. I can't, this was my idea of this show. So
She
that's
said,
giving you a check. And then
you.
for you to say,
Girl,
I'm not, I'm,
hold on, Cinema Swirl. Let's
mhm,
not give her her full honor. She said, you're lucky that I had a dream and a vision that your ass
right,
can ride the coattails of, right?
right.
Like that was a blessing. Say it.
Yeah,
Okay. That was good.
absolutely. And then not only that, a blessing that, um, that I agreed to let my husband, let Scott go be formed. You know what
You
I
got
mean?
killing me in the comments. Yes, I know what you mean. I do. I was happy to see her say what we've all been saying. I've said it a gazillion times, like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, what is happening here? You guys keep acting like this woman has not done anything for y'all. She has. Okay, Miss Martell put me on. Da-da-da-da. Get your lives
Yeah.
together. What is wrong with y'all? But
Stop
yeah,
with the lies. Stop with the lies.
I
Come
know.
on now. And
I
then for
know.
you to sit there and say it to Nell and Chris,
Right.
who does that? Uh, co- I'm telling you, the Scots need to go. One
Okay.
and two. Goodbye.
One and two. Okay, go on ahead. Up. All right, child. I appreciate you. Is there anything else you want to discuss? And then I see some people dropping off. I want
Ooh, I'm gonna let somebody else go because if I get on the strawberry letter lady, I'm just never gonna get done. So I'm gonna keep it moving. Let somebody else go.
to. Okay. Thank you so much, Cinnamon Swirl. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. All
Thank
righty.
you.
Let's go to Hannah Grace. What is up, Miss Hannah?
Hey, Diana, panel, and guests. I hope everybody's doing good.
We're doing
I
good.
wanted to also discuss Marceau and Letitia
Okay.
and the Fletchers as well.
Okay.
Now, Marceau and Letitia, I was looking at her body language and her face when Marceau was trying to downplay Melody's experience as a business person. He was
Mm-hmm.
sitting there lying, and she did not say a word. She had a little smirk on her face like she always do. And then when Chris said, well, look now, I'm not gonna let you sit here and downplay the hoax or whatever he said.
Uh-huh.
I wish he may have said a little bit more, but they probably edited it out. But
We
but
ain't
I
gonna right, exactly. He
but
said it. Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking Mel gonna get him straight on Saturday too. And I hope they don't edit it too bad. But she said, "Don't play with me, Marceau." And like you said, his face totally turned because he's like, "Uh-oh, she finna tell some stuff," and it's a lot to tell based
Right.
upon some information that came out in that deposition. But my problem with them is that they're just so ungrateful.
Right.
People that's ungrateful, I just do not like that. This lady, she was the one that had the vision. Martell said himself that he asked her, what do you want to do? She said, I want to be on TV. That was her vision. The only reason she brought them along.
Martell said, I didn't want it, but he did it for her. You're right. I remember. We've
Right.
heard the story so many times. We know how it went down, right?
Right. And so then the only reason that Scott's came along is because Melody introduced them to Carlos. They have not given her the credit. I haven't heard it. If they gave her the credit, I don't know. But I did hear Letitia say one time, how about we thank one another? Ungrateful. If she didn't put all of those, she stayed in contact with Carlos over the years. She contacted him. She put her resources, her blood, her sweat, her tears into this project, and they sat back, did nothing but show up for what she, the little scene that she probably asked him to comment. And I think Marcel or Maurice said themselves that they were laughing at her. They didn't think it was going to happen. But now all of a sudden, all of them supposed to get credit for it. And ungrateful again, very, very ungrateful. Marcel sitting up here in this scene right here talking about Maurice and him have been in the business, had been business owners for for years. Talking about we have the expertise and we have the knowledge, but y'all don't have. I mean, it's. But I'm just waiting on Mel. I don't want to go off on him, but Melody, I hope she tells. I think some stuff in to come out. Not only did we first hear about this $5.5 million lawsuit on TV, on national TV from Melody, because they wasn't going to tell that. The only thing he said was, I did a deposition. They did not know Melody was going to blast that out. But anyway, now we know.
Those producers talk. That's why I said in my review, I said, listen, at the end of the day, those producers talk. They're going to tell the others, this is what they're talking about. You need to get ahead of it. That Melody has shared that herself. So if that's what they're talking about, if everybody's bringing this up, and this is the question around Marceau, you are a cheetah in business, a cheetah in your marriage, a cheetah pumpkin eater in all things, then we have to see how they're going to play it. And I have to agree with my sister when we did that review. Tisha and Marceau they're pulled a pact, just like we saw Marceau sitting at the table with Kiki, and he looked at Tisha and said, don't respond to that. And what did she say? I'm not.
Right.
Okay, until you got that damn water thrown in your face. Let's see. Well, has blessed the channel again. She said Melody is getting her credit with every win that God blesses her with. You go, Mel. Okay, thank you, girl. All right, sorry about that. Go ahead.
True. Yeah, but I'm just saying how ungrateful they are. I'm pretty sure Mel has come to grips with just their character and all that, and she probably regret every. Well, I don't know what she do, but I'm just saying. I would not want to be involved with them. But since this is a show, she's just going along with it to try to make the show better, and which is good to a certain extent. But I think that in my opinion, I was thinking that
her life is much better. She's free from some things. Correct.
She severed the ties. But when you got somebody like Marcel who's trying to discredit her business. Now, Melody has multi-million-dollar businesses, and he's talking about she's selling products and that she may not have been good enough to go on to the stage at the Black Expo because she's in the same position as people that's sitting in the audience trying to learn business. Now, see, he said that. Now she's gonna get it. He's throwing jabs now. That's her business. You don't downplay my business. You downplay your stuff because you got this lawsuit over here. Don't talk about my business and my coins, especially trying to downplay it like that. If anything, he should have been saying, well, Melody, after the divorce, Melody, wow, she really bounced back. And he said that before, you're winning. Now, all of a sudden, your business is not good enough.
Because you're winning. And that is why I said to you guys that Marceau did not want the Fletchers there because he didn't want anyone to take him and Tisha off of what he thought was the throne. Okay. Period. Point blank. He thought that him and Tisha, even Tisha, because in this upcoming scene on Saturday, when people start talking about the things that went wrong with the expo, Tisha gets up from the table and leaves. She does not want to hear it. She does not want to hear it. She was like, y'all ain't gonna come for me about this damn expo. Okay. And she walked right out the scene. So I can't wait to see that either. Listen, this is important. Marceau, I don't know if you guys remember, but early last year, was it last year or earlier this year? I feel like it was last year, but either way, Marceau sat with Carlos King, and he said that him and Tisha were the business people. Do y'all remember that interview? That him and Tisha, they get things done. Like they had a crest and all kinds, like they were making money out the wazoo. Okay, and
Mhm.
he said, "Who do you think got that Black Expo done? Who do you think did everything? It was Tisha." He
Mhm.
was giving Tisha all of the credit. So for us to see, in
Mhm.
fact, I'm gonna have to go pull some stuff from that interview. For us to see how everybody is saying, "Well, this happened, this happened, this happened, this was a problem," and for Tisha to just get up and be like, I mean, like the people she didn't invite, including Tiffany, at the end of the day, I don't know what you do. That's an insult. You know, Tiffany is doing it over there. Okay, don't play her. Don't play her. You may not like her, but you know that she is like in her business. You know she's doing something important. So
Mhm.
And
it's
yeah,
just
well, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking that they may be grooming the Fletchers to replace Letitia and Marceau, because if this thing, if this, I'm thinking that they're going to have to come up with a plan just in case this lawsuit goes forward and they are found guilty or liable, because somebody could come back and say, we're gonna press charges, fraud charges. That's a felony. So I think they're grooming the this
you
couple
said
right
you
here.
said that. Let me put my little hold on one second.
Mhm.
This discussion is about reality TV, pop culture, and it is for entertainment purposes only. All comments spoken are opinion and alleged. Okay, we don't want to have any problems. People are sensitive about their stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I totally agree. But I'm just saying, I'm looking at, if you are an owner of a company, you have to look at the whole picture. And they cannot help but hear about all of this extra stuff that's going on. And then, like you said, when Letitia got mad, whenever you have a big project like that, don't you supposed to do an exit briefing, like find out what was good about what's good, what's the advantages of having it, what's the disadvantages, what happened good, what you need to do next time. That's all they was telling this clown, and she had like she ain't never heard of it. It's all, it's crazy. And they were and she told me they jealous. They're not jealous. They trying to help you improve for next year. That's
Well,
it. That's all.
because at the end of the day, I think Nell Fletcher said it best. She cannot take constructive criticism, and there's no way you
Mhm.
can be in business and not take constructive criticism. In fact, you should beg for it. You should want people to tell
Mhm.
you how to make things better, because that is how you become
Mhm.
successful. You walking out there thinking your shit don't stink, that nothing is wrong, you will
Mhm.
definitely fall all the way down into a rabbit hole, like a whole black abyss. So for her to be sitting up there acting like they are, they know all in business, and then get that offended or sensitive about things, especially since
Jealous.
she was sitting in front of Martell with her little checklist. And this can never happen. And this is who we do. And I turned this company profitable. When you were a part of the business, it was in the negative and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. Ciao, bye. This is
But
what
yeah,
you
I'm gonna wrap it up. But I did want to say, yeah, she's crazy. I can't say she's crazy, but yeah, that's a part of a whole process of when you do a big project like that. It's not over until you do those surveys and all of that to find out what's good and what went well, what did not go well. That way you can learn from it. She don't even know that, but the Fletchers do. That's why she was talking about the constructive criticism. Anyway, when
yeah.
Martell and Coleslaw, I don't know what's going on with this lady other than he's putting her up to do a lot of this stuff. It's just so confusing to me. How is it that she cursed him out? The next thing you know, she's in the gym with this big old grin on her face, put a song up there talking about you make me happy or some foolishness like that. She is a glutton for punishment. You know that song, you make me happy.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, she put that on that show, on it when they had the two salads.
Okay.
But either
Girl,
way,
listen. Mhm.
but either way it go, I'm just gonna do. Martell is she's glutton for punishment, and he's going to keep on punishing her until the very end, because she's going to keep on letting him do it. But that's all I got for him. I just can't waste my time on them two. But Martell is he's the puppet master, she's the puppet. They think it's funny and they think it's games until they run into what's ahead on the road for them. And whenever they run into it, if Melody moves forward with the revenge P or whatever, they think it's funny now. That smile gonna be turned upside down to a frown, because up to right there, they keep on pushing the envelope more and more. But thank you so much, Dyana, and great conversation. I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna go down and let somebody else come up, and I'll listen. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you, Miss Hannah. Hey, LaDawn.
Hey, LaDawn.
Hey, Hannah. Dyana, this is a mess. This is a mess. You know,
behind you. Did you hear it?
Huh?
Did you hear honking like where you were outside with a horn?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm in my house.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounded like a semi horn. It was like but now it stopped. So it's cool.
Oh, maybe somebody was trying to call me or something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
No problem. No problem. Okay. Go
yeah,
ahead.
So you know, she's doing all this, but she knows she better not put that camera on his face. She's still not being claimed or got a title. So she's, you know, and her little jabs at Mel staying around for so long on this last tape. You're staying around long now. You're still hanging around. So, you know, without a title, at least that was his wife. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. And you know, he's doesn't have anything going on right now. And she thinks because he's seeing her more often, more consistently, that's giving her hope. You know what I mean? When he knows what he's doing. That's why he's not showing her, claiming her, or posting her. You know what I mean? And she's just
what's funny, LaDawn, is what it sounds like he's doing right now is exactly what he was doing right before the announcement that he was dating Sheree. Because wasn't that the last conversation when she flipped out? When she was like, we were together every single day. He was spending the night every single day when he didn't have the kids his week. And then it kept going on and on and on. And now she is back in a space where you can tell she's happy because he's around. But he's only around until he finds something better.
And then for her to admit that he is broke and that she messed up his money and he takes care of her, it's pitiful. And her to resent that Mel took advantage of her, you know, her ends, and because she got the brains to put it together to do that, her opportunities. You know what I mean? And she act like that's a bad thing. Don't get mad because you couldn't do that, you know. But she's just unhinged. She's still lost. She's nowhere near got the picture yet. She say a lot of stuff, but she just says, she repeats what other people say. She don't feel it because she wouldn't even be meeting him at no gym. Not at all. With none of the little shenanigans. A hand. Girl, that's embarrassing. You are embarrassing yourself. A hand. Stop it.
Right.
Sheree and them got the whole body. Sometimes half naked. Girl, stop it. Sheree laying across her bed, him coming in some tighties and coming through the door.
You said it.
It's pitiful. It's pitiful. You know, and she should be she's embarrassing herself even more. It's sad, you know, and
what's sad is that she doesn't know it. What's sad is that right now she feels like she got the prize.
Half of it, because like I said, she can only show a hand or walk away. But so and that stupid Marceau, you know, he's a jerk and he's a hater. Everything when he doesn't sound smart. He sound like a Mitch. He sound like a Mitch, and he sound like a hater. You're jealous of a woman. That's sad.
That's sad. You know, because you know darn well she got more than one business. You know darn well she teaches classes on top of that make her buku money on top of everything else. Stop it. You're a hater.
On
You
top of
know,
everything else, she's juggling more businesses than they ever have. And it's interesting. And like I said, that was done to make Tisha feel better about Tisha's self. Okay? Because she was simply
and
smirking and
Tisha's
smiling.
stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And do you notice they're both so dingy that they both can't talk right? They both can't talk in front of a crowd because when Tisha was in this commercial, when Tisha was backed in the corner,
Mm-hmm.
she couldn't handle it. She couldn't sit there and conversate. She didn't have her bulldog beside her. She ran up out of there, and all she could say is, "They're jealous. I don't want to listen to this."
Facts. Yeah, I
You
agree with
couldn't handle it. You didn't have a comeback. You didn't have an explanation for the behavior because you're
you.
a follower, not a
Yep.
leader.
All right. You're right,
Point
Lynette.
blank. Period.
So what do you think about Miss Melody and Simone and the craziness that was going on
Child,
there?
that's another thing, another hater. It really showed. And then for you to say, stop starting drama. You're the one that you're delusional. You're
Right.
delusional. And that goes to the fact of why you ended up in the situation you just ended up in. Because you're another bobblehead. Because for a woman to have so many accolades that you brag about, you sure made a dumb, careless choice by linking up with a man that was just you was his second choice in the beginning because he
Yeah.
did not choose you on that show.
Right. You're right.
You were
You're
second choice and you still made the wrong choice. But
right.
you got all these accolades. Shut up, dingbat.
You're right. And how about sister wife, Miss Shirley Strawberry Child?
She's just older than them. That's all. That's 3 generations of it. Bobblehead right there.
3
Coleslaw,
generations of bobblehead.
uh, coleslaw, um, uh, ready to love chick, and Shirley. That's 3 generations of bobbleheads right there. Sad, sad, sad. And the baby one is Krishan.
Oh yeah, Krishan, she's a hot mess too. But
But
yeah,
she deserves grace because she's the youngest. But I'm sorry, she's in that slot right now.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Y'all,
So that's how I feel about it.
that's what you feel. I appreciate you coming up and talking about it, y'all. It is a lot going on. Y'all know every time Love and Marriage Huntsville comes back, we always get this whirlwind of stuff that plays out in on the internet. It is wild. And
It's sad, though.
it's sad. And I don't know Original Straight No Chaser or any of those people, but it does feel like Coleslaw may have done some things that was unforgivable because I thought that the girl kind of liked her at the beginning. A
Right.
lot
But
of
at
people,
the same time, but at the same time, she seems a little too comfortable with always steering. Well, this last tape, she was more steering a direction off of Hotel being a jerk and still trying to twist something on Melody being a hater and ruining her life. You know,
who?
every time she was getting mad, the original Straight No Chaser was every time Coleslaw was saying something negative about Hotel, this girl would steer it back to, yeah, but he loves you, girl. That's why he keep coming back. But you see now Mel want to stay in the gym because Sheree be saying it. She was kept steering it back for some reason. And I'm like, well, why are you doing that? She's mad at Hotel. Let her tell some secrets on him. Let her be mad at him.
She wanted
No,
the
he don't love her. He don't
it,
keep going back because of love. Stop it.
it sounded like she wanted the juice. And she has some tactics up her sleeve clearly because she was getting certain information out of her. Like I wouldn't even have thought to say, did you sign a release? Like some of the things when she was just talking, because girl was just speaking freely as possible. And she was just asking all those little extra details. And she has
No,
been
she got
since
some good stuff. Oh yeah.
she's been releasing
We
these
made
tapes, she's been asking those little extra details that helps create a
mhm.
big picture. And I'm like, well, damn. That is why I'm
We would
like,
have never knew she fake taped for the show.
yeah.
Alleged.
Right.
Allegedly.
I'm like, child, what? Who, why, where? You showed up with your son and still didn't get put
Mm,
on
mm, mm, mm,
all the way in
mm,
February, and that time is coming. When you've been past a whole year up, mad and bitter, that says a
mm,
lot.
mm. A lot, and you still hanging in there, huh?
Show is, show is. Believe
Child, you can't talk
her.
about nobody. And
Girl,
then she felt good. Look, and she felt good talking about, he said, I look like Sheree. That
ain't that
ain't good. She looks kind of hard in the face. So you admitting it now, huh?
ain't that something?
Okay.
She said,
Mm, mm, mm.
she said, I told him she looked like a man. He said, she looked like you, just older. Now, if that ain't a
Mm,
dig,
mm,
I don't
mm.
know.
Okay. And then she kept trying to say like he didn't like Mel's body, something was wrong with her. No, not even when she was thinner. She was always a pretty girl. She was just more delicate looking now. She
I was
looked
going
more younger. Now she looked like a grown woman.
when she had that whole model-esque twiggy look to her with the when she had the short hair. Melody had it going
Mm-hmm.
on. And she still has it going on. But I'm just saying, I find
Mm-hmm.
it hilarious that old girl, she is caught up in these looks. She's caught up in this pretty hair.
All
She's
about that, right?
yeah, you're caught up. She's caught up in a lot. And every time I hear it, I just be sitting there thinking, damn, is anybody gonna tell this girl what's really going on? Because this don't last always, child. You got some stuff.
Always about the looks.
Yeah, you got some stuff that's gonna be coming for you. And you keep letting these years pass you by. You keep letting these years
Pass on
pass
by.
you by. Okay?
Mm, mm, mm.
Is right. Let's see what the chat is saying. She tried to call Sheree ugly, and yeah, I said that, and she said that he looked like you. Listen, and then the fact that that she said some stuff about how he whatever woman he's with. We did hear him say some things to Sheree when they were out walking in New York. Whatever woman he is with, he is controlling. Like, you gonna get your
Mm,
hair done, and then telling her you can't get out the car with me like that. Okay, like she's a
mm,
child. That's
mm,
that
mm, mm.
that is crazy to me. What is wrong with your edges? What's wrong with that ponytail? Stay in the house. I was like, the way she likes to
Mm,
keep that hair all over her head, she always in the damn house. But
mm.
yeah, I was laughing my butt off too when they said that she favored Sheree for show. What else did she say that was interesting, y'all? Because I forgot some of that stuff. I remember that part. I remember her saying that she honestly feels bad for putting Melody through everything she went through because she didn't know how horrible. And now, when did this revelation come? Because y'all remember when she was on Tasha K, she was like, he's amazing. He's a good guy. I don't know why people feel this way. Da, 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 da. Now all of a sudden he's a mofo. He's a liar. He plays mind games. She can barely keep up with him, kind of shit. It's
Mm,
amazing, and she still hasn't figured it out. She still hasn't figured it out.
mm, mm, mm,
Mm,
mm.
okay, girl.
She's a
Yeah,
bobblehead.
she
I
is.
told you she ain't done yet. Some people got to be scraped to the ground first. I'm talking about stomped on, girl. They just won't let go yet. She ain't there.
She
She's
said,
still
Carlos,
willing to take pieces.
explain to me, because I didn't hear that part, but put it in the chat or y'all come up. Explain to me what she meant when she said Carlos broke up the Holtz. Are you referring to him putting the story on the show? Is that what you're saying? Because really, she broke up the Holtz. She broke up the Holtz when she decided that she was going to do it one more time and then take it all the way to that baby appointment. Okay,
That's right. That's
that
right.
was that was the final straw. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Melody
Yeah.
said she left before that, but she did make that comment like Melody had her game plan. Like she would know because she really doesn't know what Melody had planned. But Melody had her game plan when she did the show. What was the show called? Behind Every Man?
And
Behind
behind every man. But my thing is, even if she did, that ain't a bad thing. That's not a bad thing to have a good exit
Sure.
strategy. Like, stop
For
it, dummy.
sure.
Take notes.
When she started making some checks without him, even though they all have contracts, the women have a contract, the men have a contract, which is great. That means I'm not dependent on you necessarily. You can keep it moving. But her getting the Behind the Every Man show, which Carlos King let everybody know that was his show. So he brought her on. And I don't guess it was supposed to last always. I guess it was just supposed to be a part of what was going on during the pandemic time. But she was like, well, she was able to move on and get a check without him. And that was when everything started going. And then when Tisha gets her bag without Marcel, or she's going to be out. My guess is more conversation is going to start rolling downhill about the Scotts. And I think that Martell, things are just going to start getting aired out. It's just going to start getting aired out. We already know it anyway. So all of these things that has been coming out has all been courtesy of Ariana, it sounds like.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. AC is like that glue. She should be getting paid. Paid what, child?
Paid no mind.
Okay. Paid what? People have tried to advise that girl from the time she made herself known because nobody was looking for her. I think everybody on the show would have been totally, or watching the show could have been totally fine without ever knowing her identity. She was only admitting that they were actively trying to sabotage Mel. Actively trying to sabotage Mel. Okay. It's hard for me to say that Mel was sabotaged because I know her blessings has been tenfold. So it almost makes it seem like those things weren't meant to be if it was a sabotage. So I have to be careful about how I speak around her blessings. Because sometimes things happen for a reason. They're supposed to happen a certain way in order for her to move on, and it did. Let's
Well, I
see.
think they tried to sabotage, but it didn't work because there was a higher calling for her.
It
She's
was a high
anointed. God had his arms around her. It
She was
wasn't going
on
to
her way
work.
to the divorce court before the show, and that she had already come out and said it. And then when they decided to move forward,
Mhm.
they did. But when she said she decided to leave, if I'm not mistaken, she said that her husband at the time walked in the door and said, "Ain't nothing gonna change. I'm gonna come home to you, and I'm gonna play around with her." And she said, "You can go on ahead and keep it for always, because I'm not doing this shit with you." That's what I
Mhm.
thought she said. So that's not a sabotage. That was her saying, she's trying to push it off on Carlos, but it was really her and Martell that sabotaged that marriage.
No,
Um,
that was strictly on them. But everything
that
that
was
came after all that trying to break her was a collective. They tried, it didn't work. But
she
yeah, no, they started that. They are responsible, point blank, period. They can't put this off on nobody else but themselves.
it's their thing, right? Thank you so much. I think it says ordered me OG for the super chat. She said she thinks being his wife is a badge of honor, as if she didn't see how he did his wife. Well, that's the thing, because now she sees it, and she still is doing exactly that because she believes that she's different. And that was the one thing that the interviewer kept saying, "Well, you're different. He gonna keep coming back to you, child." Even though she's already said, "Listen, this is stupid," but sometimes people can keep you in a space. You may be in a space, but you will be stayed in a space when people want you to be there. She was done for talking after the previous interviews. So just an FYI, Karen, all of these interviews happened last year. What she's actually, it looks like she taped all of the calls or some of those calls that she had with her, and then she is posting them now. That's why I said there is a revenge thing, it feels like anyway, that is happening. Like something may have went down, and now she's just like, I'm releasing every damn thing. I could care less. It will be what it will be. And then Saw said that she deserved a 20-minute what? She deserved a 20 to 30-minute public apology from Martell. That's what she was saying. Ciao, bye. Good luck with that. Nobody's giving her.
Yeah, Melody deserved a lot of apologies. She didn't get them, and she still moved on. So whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree.
All right. Well, let me say good night, ladies.
All right. I appreciate you for
Yeah.
up, Miss LaDawn, and gracing us with your insightful opinions about things. It's always great to have you up. Did I lose you? Okay, so LaDawn is down, and nobody else has come up on the platform, so I am going to wrap us up, you guys. Let's see. There's 595 of you who have been watching. We've been on for a little over an hour. Go ahead and keep hitting the like button, please, on your way out. Please and thank you. This has been an amazing chat, as always, y'all. We talked about a lot of different things. All the panelists were great with their opinions, as always. You guys, please hit that like, subscribe, and your notification bell on your way out. And then y'all can keep this discussion going if you'd like to. Just keep it in the chat, okay? Until next time, I will see you later on. Bye-bye.